Should a woman
Alright, gang, make sure you like and subscribe. You gotta constantly making plays, constantly leveling up at all time. Women gain power through simps. That's why they keep simps around. For guys, they can manipulate and always be able to gain power through multiple men. This is what's happening in 2023, where women are able to gain power through powerful men. And they seek men that have power so they can, once the relationship's over, they can gain all the benefits of being with that powerful man or being in a relationship with that man of power. This is why women go after men who have a lot of money or simps with a lot of money and power. The only thing is that the alpha male is constantly in and out, constantly making plays. He doesn't have time, 24 hours to spend time with her during the time that she wants to spend time with him. He's constantly making plays, constantly counting money, constantly in and out. He's not going to stay in a relationship and simp for a woman's approval. Where a lot of men will, they'll stay in a relationship and seek that woman's approval. Where alpha male doesn't have 24 hours in a day to simp for a woman's approval in life. The alpha male constantly leveling up, constantly making plays, and prefers a woman who understands that he has 80 hours to work every week. He has to be working on becoming the best version of himself in order to keep that woman, and doesn't have time to be adjusting to that woman's life. The alpha male constantly leveling up, constantly making plays, constantly in and out at all times. Where the simp doesn't have his life together, he's going to adjust to that woman's life and deal with all the emotions and everything that woman throws at him, and he will get used and abused in a relationship that's only based off of emotional support and income. The relationship is only based off of emotional support and income, and she doesn't really respect that man because that man is available 24/7 and is constantly adjusting to that woman's life. And you gotta stay top tier at all time, where that woman should constantly be adjusting to you. Time is constantly moving, and you don't want to get caught up in stepping for a woman's life. Gang.
woman date a man that makes less money than she does? My answer is it depends. First, he has to be able to support himself. If he can't support himself, it is a complete deal breaker. He's a scrub, and you shouldn't even think about dating the guy. But let's say that he can't support himself. Let's say, for example, he makes $50,000 a year. He's able to pay all his bills and do the things that he wants to do. If you want to date this guy because he has great qualities, understand that if you want to do all those fancy things that you're used to, like fancy traveling or going to fancy restaurants, you're probably going to have to pony up for those expenses because he cannot contribute to that financially. If that's okay.
And this is what happened, where you have to become the best version of yourself and be the dominant one in a relationship at all time. Women are starting to develop a mindset of a masculine woman very early. And especially in 2023, and can survive without needing a man. They can survive without needing a man. And once a man who is top tier, who's going to outdo them, who's going to outwork her, and still be the man and be the masculine one at all times in a relationship, you have to be strong-minded person who has a lot of drive to be able to deal with women. You have to be working 80 hours a week. You have to be top tier all the time, because nowadays women are working 80 hours a week and will look down on a man who she feel isn't on her status, who isn't worth submitting to.
With you and you're not going to lose respect for him or resent him, then go ahead and date him. If, however, you're going to resent him or lose respect, then he is not the man for you, and do not hurt him like that, and just let him go and find the rich guy that you want to find. As a woman, the more money you make, it gets harder and harder because there aren't that many people in the world that make the same amount as you do, so you have to make some sacrifices.
This is what's happening, which makes that woman very masculine, unable to show affection because she's working like a man, and the man that she's dealing with only wants her for love and is going to, and falls in love with her and gives that woman emotional support and income, and never a real connection with that woman. Where she wants a man that's dominant, the dominant one in the relationship, the masculine one throughout the relationship. Gang.
My rule is you don't have to meet me dollar for dollar, but you have to meet me hustle for hustle. If you're a hustler, you're ambitious, you have a great career that you love, regardless of whether it's lucrative or not, I can live with that, and I'm happy to contribute more to the relationship because I make more money. But if you're just lazy, don't have any ambition, and are a loser, that is a deal breaker, and I will not date you because I understand that there is no romance without finance. I get asked this question a lot. Should a woman date a man that makes less money than she does? My answer is it depends.
This is what's going on. You have to keep elevating and leveling up, and reaching success comes with staying focused, becomes with becoming the best version of yourself, because a simp is easily distracted by a woman and will do more for a woman's life